Monday, October 13th, General Government Committee to order. I'm looking for an approval of the agenda. Are there any questions or discussion? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. We've come to the place for public comment. Do we have any public comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to the committee items. Excuse my voice. I'm looking for an approval for the minutes. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we've coming to item 4B, appointments. We have three positions on the land bank open. We have the nonprofit representative. The current member is Lindsay Knoll. We have no applicants. The public member is Mary Wolcott. We have no applicants. Commissioner on the board is Corey Kennedy, and Corey Kennedy has applied. I'll be looking for a motion.
Nominate Corey Kennedy.
Support.
All in favor of Corey Kennedy?
Aye.
Aye. I reached out to Mary. Moving on to item 4C, finance. Thank you, Cecilia.
Good morning. So I am here to report on August 2025 financial statements. As you can see, our benchmark is 66.7%, and we just kind of look at actual and see where we're at. Our expenditures are below that benchmark at 65.6%. And then our revenue percent total is at 46.2, and it's also about right around our 3-year average of 46.4%. So for August, we really are sitting where we need to be. Are there any questions?
Seeing none, seeing none, I'll request a motion to receive the report.
So moved.
Support.
Opposed?
All right, thank you.
Move on to item 4D, equalization.
Good morning. This is our annual apportionment report. So every year, all of the 64 authorities have to send a piece of paper to me saying, hey, this is what we want to levy. And I go through and make sure that they've properly reduced any fractions that required it, to make sure that they're conforming truth in taxation, any truth in assessing, or truth in equalization that may have happened. Make a long story short, everybody did their job good. They all met that. So we're in good shape. This does have to get approved by the Board of Commissioners every year for anybody to be allowed to collect taxes, to help ensure that I actually make 43 drafts with all the calculations already done, send them to everybody with instructions, and then call them relentlessly to make sure they get it to me in time. So 64 different authorities that collect in Jackson County. Now, some of those are actually stationed outside the county, but they have some that they collect from. School district, ISD, any of those. We've got a couple. We've got one school district that has 5 parcels in the county. So there's a few like little weird outliers that somehow made it throughout the years. But 43 of them are what I'm actually in charge of deciding what their reduction fractions are. We come up with that every year. They had a lot of millage reduction fractions this year. So only 10 of our 43 did not receive a millage reduction fraction. Everyone else did. In an increasing market, it's pretty normal. which means that the values have went up. And that people are buying homes. That means that because a millage reduction fraction is going to occur when there's an uncapping event that happens. So that means people are buying. And the few that didn't either are small, they're villages, or the DDA is one of those authorities. They have a really small section that doesn't sell very often. So, are there any questions?
Question?
Just to interject, it does need to go to the full board. It's not just, okay. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Moving. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so we've been busy. Submitted the report. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to review it. Very happy with our numbers. So with the market changing, fees are increasing, revenues coming in. What I submitted in the report was as of August of 2025. For documents through August 2025, we had an increase of 1,103 documents being recorded. This morning I read the numbers as of last Friday. So compared to last year to this year, we're almost 1,500 documents more than last year. So that's fabulous. County transfer tax, we are about at 84% of what we anticipated as of the end of August. So I see us hitting that 100% by the end of the year. And staff is busy. Customers are in. People want to know. It's fabulous. Does anybody have any questions?
Any questions? Opposed?
Thank you.
Moving on to item 4F, Human Resources.
Good morning. Before you today, we have the renewal for the life insurance and AD&D policy. We're looking to get the board's approval to renew with the Hartford Insurance Company. We did submit for active bids. We received from 4 different companies for active bids. The quoted prices significantly went up this year due to our experience rating. So in 2023, our claims were $220,000, and in 2024, our claims were $245,000. And with that, we only pay in $98,000 currently annually. So with that, there is a rate adjustment. It was significant this time. So with what we're looking at is the quoted price from Hartford Insurance is $174,309. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Committee members, any questions?
I'm sorry, could you explain that again? You said it went up the increases due to?
Due to our experience rating. So basically claims received. So as claims go up, they base the premium cost on how much they have to pay out. They have been paying out significantly more the last 2 years than we have been providing in payments to them. So we've been paying them $98,000 a year. Our claims were in excess of $200,000 for the last 2 years. So they're recouping some of those costs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you say it was, it wasn't just deaths though, right?
It is deaths and also dismemberment. We actually have had one, yes. So yes, it's accidental death and dismemberment and also life insurance.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll be looking for a motion to move this to the full board. Okay. Do we have any, I'm sorry. We have a, pardon?
Who was the original motion? John supported. Did you do it right?
Snell.
Thank you.
Mhm. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item 4G, IT.
Good morning. So the Nutanix system is the system that provides the framework for all of our servers. It is the physical hardware as well as a layer of software that sits on it that keeps all the data organized. It's a necessary component for us to have, and it kind of replaces the old days where you'd have a single physical server for every individual need you had. This allows us to consolidate down the number of servers where otherwise we would be running almost 100 servers. So that system is up for renewal. The hardware has 3 years left on its life cycle. Given that we've seen expensive increases over the last few years in the annual renewal rates, I looked at doing a 3-year renewal this time to bring us all the way out to the end of that projected life cycle. And that was able to significantly get the cost down from where we have been budgeting, which is around $300,000 a year. And this year we would already be over that if we did an annual renewal. The other thing that is included in this board item is decoupling the backup system from the Nutanix. Right now it is enmeshed into it, and by separating the two, we're able to have additional cost savings there and actually have a longer backup life cycle, which helps us out when we approach the end of life cycle for this project in terms of what new hardware and equipment we'll need to buy in 2029. So this is something that would take effect from fiscal 26 through fiscal end of fiscal 28. Are there any questions?
Committee members, any questions? Seeing none, I need a motion to move this to the full board. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good morning. The first item I've got is some Cascade Falls design work. So there's been a group fundraising for just over a year now to make improvements to the falls. We're at a point where I think we feel pretty good about moving forward with being able to make some improvements next year. So the next step is to do design work on that. This is a proposal. The recommendation is from Spicer Engineering Group. They've been involved in the project since 2012. They completed a report on everything that needs to happen with improvements and cost estimates. We did get 2 proposals here. Normally I'd be a little concerned, they're pretty far apart. The low bid is $125,000. The second bid was $670,000. We did have a pre-construction meeting or pre-bid meeting. Spicer was the only one that showed up, and the other company we didn't even get any questions from, so I'm not sure. I think they just kind of threw a number at it, to be honest. So we feel good about the Spicer bid and the amount. They've got all the institutional knowledge and know exactly what needs to happen. But this work would get us on schedule to do some improvements next year. The design would happen between now and in January, and we'd be able to get this out to bid early next year. This is basically replacing the plumbing and moving the pump house above ground. So it's kind of the heartbeat of the falls. So.
Are there any questions? I just have one. Have we used Spicer Group before?
We've used them quite a bit for anything related to the falls, actually, so they've
So
kind
they're
of,
familiar with the project.
very familiar, yes.
Thank you. I'll be entertaining a motion to move this to the full board.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Kyle, a little history. Spicer Group wrote our master plan for the Cascades, didn't they?
They did, yes, yep.
And they've assisted us in laying out all the different activities that we've done since we've taken down the wall. They were part of our group then, correct?
Exactly, yep, same group.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of the same staff, actually, since 2012 when they did the report, so.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll be looking for a motion to move this to the full board. Did you get it?
Yep.
Okay. All right, everybody in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We'll be talking about the Cascades Golf Course.
Yeah, you know, another thing that we need to, another thing that's past its useful life, I guess, is the Cascades Golf Course irrigation. I think you're all kind of aware, we've been talking about it for a long time, but we've really been investigating the options to replacement or renovating that. So the recommendation is to renovate our current irrigation system, retrofit it. You know, in a perfect world, we would put an all-new irrigation system in. It would be double row. You know, we got quotes on that a few years ago. In 2022, it was about 1.8 million. So we're a long ways from being able to pay for that. I think the next best option is this retrofit option, which I think is actually a pretty good option. It's kind of more of a phased approach. This first phase gets rid of probably 80 or 90% of the problems that we have with the irrigation system now, with the heads, and it's a lot of staff time and funds involved in repairs currently. So this would free up our staff and take away a lot of those current issues, like I said. So the only disadvantage I could say is that it's still going to be a single row irrigation system, but that's kind of what we've always had, and it works fine for us. It's just a lot of the newer ones, if we were to do newer, are double row. But I think this is a good phased approach to getting us in good shape for years to come with the irrigation system. We did put this out to bid. We got 2 bids on the labor. We're recommending the lower bid of $223,000, and then there's just over $96,000 in parts. And we're proposing to purchase those directly from the supplier so there's not a markup, basically. So all total, we're about $320,000 just over for the total project cost, and that would be coming from the golf course fund balance.
Any questions, committee members? I see no questions. I'll be looking for a motion to forward this to the full board. We have a motion and support. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. You want to go ahead with the Sparks Grant project?
Yeah, a couple of different projects here on the Armory building. We've been making quite a few improvements there since earlier this year, and we're kind of wrapping up the construction phase of that. This first project here is the overhead doors, replacement of the overhead doors. So this is with the grant funding from the DNR to make improvements to the building. We got a couple of different bids on this, recommending the lower bid. And this work would take place yet this year and get it kind of buttoned up for the winter.
Committee members, are there any questions? Commissioner Snell?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Kyle, is this going to take care of the tuck pointing that needs to be done in that area?
Yeah, so the tuck pointing, I think that was approved back in May, so they've been hard at work at that, and that should be wrapping up here soon. So the tuck pointing, exterior painting, some of the site improvements, that's what's been happening over the last few months. There's some lentils above the garage doors that are related to the tuck pointing. That was being taken care of as part of that bid.
So there'll be also new lentils put in above the
Yes.
doors?
Above the doors, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, I'm looking for a motion to move this to the full board. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, this is a committee action, so we'll be making a decision today. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And then we have the building HVAC system.
Yeah, kind of the same story related to the Armory building. This is kind of tail end of the construction, all grant funded. If you recall, we got a grant for $580,000 that did not require a match. So we're just kind of spending that up here before the winter to get the building ready to lease for a farmer's market next year. So. But we had 2 bids, sorry, and we recommended a lower bid.
Okay, any questions from the committee? Looking for a motion to approve. This is a committee action. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Great, thank you.
That brings us to item 5A, the claims. I need a motion to pay the claims. Support? Motion and support. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to item 5B. Other minutes, I see no other minutes. Item 5C. The reporting schedule. All right, catching up. November reporting schedule is equalization, the Fair Board, and Upper Grand River Watershed Council. Moving to item 6, this is our second opportunity for public comment. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, that brings us to item 7, committee member comments. Any committee member comments? Seeing none, we are adjourned.